Hi, this is Connie with the Fun Family, and it's a cold March day, and I've decided I'm going to try and make Paula Deen's homemade biscuits. I've never made homemade biscuits before. I've done homemade bread, homemade cinnamon roll, homemade noodles, homemade cakes. So stay with me, and we'll figure this out together. First, I'm going to get some butter. I don't like to use Crisco or lard or cooking spray. I've always just used butter. Today I'm just using Blue Bonnet. And I'm going to lightly coat the cookie sheet just so the biscuits don't stick. So, Paula Deen's recipe calls for 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and because I do like to experiment, I don't always go with what the recipe calls for. So this is kind of going to be a mixture of my own thing. Next, we're going to add a teaspoon of sugar. Again, I don't always stick to the recipe. I'm going to add a little more sugar. Next, we're going to do a tablespoon of baking powder. But because I like my biscuits to be fluffier, again, I'll use more baking powder than what's called for. Okay, and we're just going to mix that up with our hands, kind of get some air down in your flour. Some people use a sifter. I like to use my hands. Now the recipe says to kind of make a well in the flour, and that's where you'll put your milk. Some people use buttermilk, some people use regular milk. Today I'm going to use almond milk. So I'll kind of tilt that toward the camera and see that I've made a little well. Now we need to add the butter. It says 8 tablespoons of butter cubed. Just kind of break off chunks with my fingers since I don't have cubed butter. Kind of guessing on how much butter that I need. Something else I don't tend to measure. Let's wipe my hands off. I'm going to adjust it here so that I can see my recipe a little bit easier. I have my recipe up on my computer so I can see it as recording. Okay, it says I need to mix the butter in until it looks like cornmeal. I guess I got ahead of myself when we don't do the well yet in the flour. I got to mix the butter in first. So it's kind of looking cornmeal-ish like. Okay, now we're going to make our well. Hannah, can I get you to be my assistant?
Sure.
I'm going to get some help here since my hands are dirty. And say hi to Hannah, everybody. Come over here where they can see you.
Hi.
Okay, Hannah, I need you to pour me 3/4 a cup of milk. Right there's the measuring cup. Turn around so they can see you. I'll move out of the way. There you go. We're in 3/4 a cup. You have to turn it around so you can see it better. Keep going. There you go. Thank you. Just set there on the counter. Okay, the recipe says make a well with the flour mixture and slowly add milk into the middle. Knead dough with your fingers and add milk when necessary. Roll the dough onto a lightly floured surface and roll out to desired thickness and cut. There are 2 different methods. I watched a video earlier where you can roll the biscuits and not have to roll them out and cut them, just use your hands. So that may be a method that I end up trying. So I've got my milk in there in the middle. So knead the dough with your fingers. And it is starting to get thicker, like the dough should. And I'm going to go ahead and add some more milk. And it's getting very sticky. We have Dad over there in the background. He's kind of laughing at me, I think. Are you laughing? Maybe we should have him come over here and help roll out this dough. Come on over here, Wild Woody, and say hi to the camera. Come on. While I work on this dough, you can come say hi to your everyone.
Hi everyone. I'm Wild Woody. I'm Connie's husband. Looks like she's making us some biscuits this morning.
Yesterday we made homemade noodles, and if this video goes well, maybe we'll make a video of me making homemade noodles sometime. We'll see how these biscuits turn out. Thinking I might end up needing more flour. Or maybe they're supposed to be doughy or sticky like this.
I think you need more flour.
I think I need more flour too. Can you help me out there and put some more flour in, Wild Woody? Go ahead. There you go. That's good. That's good. We may end up rolling these out. We'll see here. I'm hoping to not have to roll it out. I'm hoping just to use my hands to make the biscuits. Here we go. Now I'm really getting into it and kneading the dough. Actually bring it up and show the camera. Starting to get it into a ball and make a mess. Is there another cookie sheet over there behind you? Right there. I think what I'm going to do is get a cookie sheet out and put it on there, and that'll give me more room to knead this dough. It's a little difficult in the bowl. It can be done, but cookie sheets will be better. As you can see, we didn't quite need 3/4 a cup of milk, and we definitely needed more flour. do you think, Wild? What do you think? It's kneaded up enough now that we can go ahead and
Yeah.
make the biscuits?
Push them out and cut them with this.
Could. You want me to? Okay, we're just going to flatten them out. I think I need a little more flour on my hands. Not necessarily going to roll them out with the roller today. I'm just going to push them out. We're going to use a cup here to cut the biscuits out. I think Woody had a good idea there. What he did was just grabbed a everyday typical white cup, and we were able to cut the biscuit out just to your desired thickness. I think Woody's a pretty smart man. When I'm done with this, I'll let you know how many biscuits we actually got. I'm not sure how many the recipe says that we will get, but I'll let you know how many we've cut out. Apologize for the angle of the camera. We're just experimenting. We don't have a whole lot of space to do a lot of cooking in here. We do travel full-time in our RV, so this is kind of the way you have to adapt sometimes to cook in the RV. And I'm just going to roll this dough some more. A little more flour. Paula Deen does have a recipe for cheese biscuits. That's something I'm going to try in the future. I'm not going to do that today because I've got a homemade gravy that we did yesterday, and so we're just going to have the homemade gravy and biscuits today. I still have some biscuits to cut out, but we've got about 6 so far, so I think we're going to go ahead and get those in the oven. It says to preheat oven at 425, so we'll throw those in the oven, and I'm not sure, maybe 10 minutes baking. We're going to give it a try and see what happens. So, well, Woody, if you could light the oven for me while I finish cutting out more biscuits. If you like my videos, let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I also crochet. I have thought about doing crochet videos. I'd like to get my girls on camera with some of their talents and let them pick out some things that they like to do. Okay, go ahead and put those biscuits in the oven, Wild Woody.
I'm going to let it warm up a little bit.
Looks like we've made about 8.5 biscuits. So thank you for joining the fun family. Sorry, my screen went blank there for a second. Thank you for joining me with the fun family, and I'm going to do the cleanup, finish baking, and tune back in later. I'll do another video, and we'll see how these biscuits turned out. Thank you, and have a good day.